That's your girlfriend. You should be able to tell your girl anything. I mean, y'all up on the mountaintop, hunching in the backseat of the car. Why you can't tell her that I got put out of my apartment because my mama's a junkie and her sucking skills ain't good enough to keep the apartment, okay? You're just smiling this morning. All of your love is wishing you well. All right, guys, you know what it is. It's Wednesday, and it's time to review American Soul, Season 1, Episode 5. Let's get into it. So, to be quite honest with you, if it seems like I'm coming off a bit emotional in this review, it's because that particular episode resonated in me. My life was highly affected by the Vietnam War, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Even though I didn't go over there were several people in my family that went over there, physically came home, but their mind was still over there. And I know y'all have heard me say that before, but child, let's go ahead, let's get into it. Let's try to make this thing funny and make it work. So the show opens up with Cornelius and Elsa Hot Pussy Duvernay, right? She's still trying to get that Don Cornelius D. I mean, she gonna get it, but basically Don is like, okay, we about to take this thing on the road. Elsa was like, well, I got what you want, baby. If you want my axe, I could make it happen for you. Don like, girl, I'm moving right along. I don't need your axe. Jump on board. She like 25%. He said, how about you shut up and jump on board? Kelly Price went to the benefits office to collect her husband's whatever is due to the wife of a fallen soldier. And she's getting the runaround, which is basically indicative of how the Vietnam veteran was treated. I did a paper in college about the Vietnam veteran. I think I named it the betrayed soldier, the Vietnam veteran, something like that. But they treated those Vietnam veterans like trash. They still do. I mean, they still do. They throw them boys to the wolves. They get like basically they sent them over there, put them on heroin. They came back all junkies. They all messed up. And child came back all kinds of messed up. And, America is just like, child, here goes some more drugs. Just go over there and sit your ass down. And it's deplorable how that soldier was treated. And their families, okay? Move on to where the Soul Train dancers have decided to boycott. Oh my God, they got this white man, this white lawyer in the middle of the circle of the boycott, and Don Cornelius like, what the hell is going on here now? But they steady chanting, Don is a con, Don is a con, because I told you, all they got was a chicken box dinner and a juice box. The dancers decided they're not going to do a mother hutcher thing until they get paid. Simone finds out on a humble that her boyfriend JT, his junkie mama, and his baby sister are living in the storage house of the restaurant, Mom's Restaurant. Simone is like, what the hell is going on here now? What happened? So we back at Kelly Price's house. The mother of the brother and sister, Kendall and Simone, and a soldier knocks on the door. The soldier knocks on the door and he wants to talk to Kelly Price's husband. He does not know that her husband has been killed in duty. I mean, it reminds me of a MASH episode, quite honestly. Like he was killed on the way home. It's plausible. He did not know that her husband was dead. Kelly Price invites him in. She sits him down. They have a conversation, and she is getting comfortable with him. Now, this is very dangerous because her husband is gone, and then she has this soldier in her home. And this is another example of how I say they physically came home, but mentally they still over there. They in that war, fighting that war every goddamn day, okay? By themselves. Now, child, we'll get into it later, but she's feeling comfortable. I think she feels, good having that male companionship in the house, just someone to talk to because she misses her husband. And I think it's her opportunity to put herself in a safe place again with having a man there that somewhat reminds her of her husband. So we get to the earthquake. You know, things are shaking everywhere. Back home in DC, we had one. You know, I think we've had some small tremors before, but nothing like that one we had. I will never forget that experience, child. I was in the courthouse and I was running for my dear life. I was so messed up in the head. I said, "Oh, I'm gone. Clock me out. Whoop, I'm gone." JT and Simone are now stuck in the storage house because, you know, the ground was shaking and a telephone pole fell in front of the door. So JT, Simone, the junkie mama, and the little girl, the little sister, is stuck in there. Now, you know, the mama, she can't take no kinds of pressures because, you know, she's still dealing with that dragon on her neck. She can't take no kind of pressure. So next thing you know, the mama is all over the place, shaking, scratching, and itching, trying to figure out what she gonna do. Because she can't be stuck in there without her juggy. She can't do it. So then in the midst of, you know, the mama over there itching and scratching, trying to get herself together, JT admits that he was, or him and his family was evicted from their apartment. Okay. I don't understand why, you know, if you're, well, he's a man, you know, men don't like to look vulnerable in any way, but I don't know, that's your girlfriend. You should be able to tell your girl anything. I mean, y'all up on the mountaintop hunching in the backseat of the car. Why you can't tell her that I got put out of my apartment because my mama's a junkie and her sucking skills ain't good enough to keep the apartment? Now, that day, the performer was going to be Martha Reeves and the Vandal. Child, K. Michelle did a good job. She do. I'm just like, I dig what BET is doing, meaning I'm digging the fact that, okay, you're taking like random celebrities, like I want to say almost like a reality show, you know, when the people can't make no money nowhere else, they go to reality shows, you know. I'm just saying. But I dig that they're using celebrities, and I look forward kind of to see who is going to play what on every show. But K. Michelle did a great job. And what actually happened with that part was Kendall had snuck into the dressing room with Martha Reeves slash K. Michelle and was like, "Could you listen to my tape?" He sang and performed, and she was like, "Good job." But I mean, you can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Here you go." Now, y'all remember what happened in what was that movie, Hustle and Flow, when Ludacris just took the boy tape and threw the shit in the toilet, and who was that? Terrence Howard was so crushed. That's basically what Martha Reeves did to Kendall's tape, and it was, I mean, he took a shot. You know that because of the earthquake, you know, everything is shaking up now. But they still got Martha Reeves there. She ready to perform, but she kind of like, I don't know. You know, it's all kinds of, you know, shakety going around here. You know, I might have to get out of here. But Don Cornelius is like, no, we got to tape this show today. Now we know the dancers out front, they ain't making no moves. They still acting like they all crazy and they mad at everybody. And K. Michelle was like, I don't know if this place is safe to perform in. So what happened was, ironically, Don Cornelius is walking down the street with a white man, put a construction hat on his head, and said, "Here's your clipboard. Your name is now Fire Marshal Bob." Fire Marshal Bob goes into the room with K. Michelle and say, "It's safe to perform, baby. It's safe to perform." Child, it wasn't safe. A damn light could have hit her in the top of her head. Child, I swear. I did not tell y'all them damn Libra men be weasel. We get back to the house with Kelly Price and Nate. Now, Nate is the soldier that was looking for her husband, and this is where we find out that he was in town actually to receive a Purple Heart. He wasn't feeling it. He ain't, you know, he just was like, "I just want to see your husband. You know, screw that Purple Heart. I don't care. I mean, they can get that to somebody else. I don't care." The lawyer, so Don decides to meet with the lawyer and the dancers to kind of figure out what their demands are. Don Cornelius is a very unreasonable man. He is not into, you know, the bullshit. He don't care. So we're back at the Soul Train Studios where Don Cornelius has decided to meet with the dancers and their lawyers. The lawyer had said that, you know, these are our stipulations. Don Cornelius was like, "You know what? You ungrateful ninjas. Let me tell you something. When American Bandstand first started, they didn't get paid nothing. Not only do we give you a chicken dinner, but we also give you a juice box. The lawyer commenced talking trash to Mr. Don Cornelius. Child, he punched him in the mouth. I told you, them Libra, unreasonable. That Libra man is unreasonable. We getting back to the storage house with, baby girl, junkie mama, Simone, and JT. Now, this is when Simone finds out what's really going on in JT's house. Okay, you want to know what's going on? Let me show you what's going on. And the saddest part about this is that the mom has trained her son since he was small to prepare her shot, if you know what I mean, so that she wouldn't OD. And he said at 15 years old, he was like, I don't want to do this no more, mama. She OD'd, and here you go, right back again. He gives her just enough to function. So then, the junkie didn't make it, so he ended up shooting up his mama in front of Simone. So then we moved back to the house with Kelly Price, the mama, and Nate, okay? Now, while they sitting there grinning in each other's face, trying to figure it out, now he's going back and forth between here and Vietnam. Some dudes is in her garage trying to rob her. What ended up happening was she ran out there, tried to stop the dudes, but thankfully Nate was there. Nate did some kind of Hong Kong Phooey chop on him, on one of the dudes, and they ran away, right? We go back to the Soul Train studios where Tessa, the assistant, is now giving the Soul Train dancers a pep talk. Look, all this you doing right now, you're going to have to stop this. We got Martha Reeves and the Vandellas over there. They ready to sing. And they can't sing without the Soul Train dancers. We need you to do something. The dancers is like, we need to get paid. Tessa say, look, you won't get paid. Just get your ass out there. The white dude, it's always old token white dude and black stuff. But he's the one who told Don Cornelius, listen, don't worry about the dancers. They're going to get paid. What's going to happen is they're going to assist you with the sponsors, and then they're not going to get paid as dancers. They're going to be paid as actors. I said, oh, okay. Whatever it is to make your, rocket ship go up. So y'all remember when Don Cornelius punched that white man in the face, the people's then pulled up on the Don, okay? He's under arrest for assault and battery, but child, you know who came and got his ass. That daggone Elsa Hot Pussy Duvernay, okay? She was going to either, blackmail that ding-dong or she was going to buy that ding-dong. Either way, she going to get Don ding-dong. So now, Kelly Price then extended her home to Nate, right? You can stay in the garage, Nate, because it look like you ain't got nowhere to go or nothing to do. He said, thank you. Kendall come home and said, what's going on here now? Who's this man here? What's going on? I'm the man of the house now. Kelly Price said, well, no, we going to have this man here. He, fought with your father, and he going to be here, and he going to help us, okay? Kendall was like, nah, Dad wouldn't approve of this. This is despicable. We can't do this. Tessa's back home with her husband. Tessa say, look, I know I'm old, but I want to dance. The husband say, wait a minute, I thought you told me that after 30 years old, the dancers, basically life is over because, they be having bad knees. Dancers' knees be going bad early, just like, NBA players, right? But she like, there are other options out there for me, love. I want to dance. The husband say, I want a baby. She said, I don't want to talk about this no more. Now, Simone finds out where her boyfriend, his junkie mama, and baby girl really live at. They in some kind of abandoned warehouse. Simone is walking with him regardless. I commend women that support their relationships through every child. Let me tell you how the show ended. You know how I told you them Vietnam veterans be still over there? That ninja was sitting out front of Kelly Price's house in full uniform with a shotgun, waiting for, I don't know, the ghost of Vietnam to come through. Because he was ready. And that be the facts. That's going to end up being something real juicy. And people need to see that. People need to see the effects of the Vietnam War on those soldiers. Because them... Remember this? The same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one.